Tiger-ho! Hi everyone! Welcome to豆豆看剧. Today we're kicking off our very first podcast of the year. And without further ado, let's get started. Now, in 2021, one fateful afternoon, China's biggest social media platform, Weibo, exploded. One by one, the paparazzi broke the news that a top singer has given birth to a child behind her ex-boyfriend's back and hid the child for 2 whole years before telling the other party. Netizens was like, wait, hold up, what do you mean? Who is this top star?
Because one by one, every second, new explosive updates are released by the top paparazzis of China, telling the whole world that a top singer has secretly given birth to her ex-boyfriend child. Secretly.
Now, if you look left and you look right, literally everyone was glued to their phone trying to figure out who is this singer. And let me kid you not, if you were online that very day, new community groups were forming every second trying to decipher who the heck is this mysterious singer. And names started dropping. Things was getting intense to the point that people were starting to speculate that was it A&A, who used to be a very playboy celebrity, or is it B&B, who used to be rumored to be pregnant just a few months ago. Things were intense and people were on to this. Now, in one corner of the country, someone else, in one apartment, handshaking, the singer Hua Chengyu looks at the 8 words that he had just typed out in front of him. He knew that this post is going to change his life forever. He took a deep breath and he pressed send. Now, this Weibo post they have just sent immediately exploded and makes its way to the country's top #1 trend of the day. Everyone was shocked because within just 8 words, Hua Chengyu has confirmed that he was the ex that everyone was talking about. And his ex-girlfriend was in fact the country's top singer, Diamond Zhang. And yes, she has given birth to their children together. Now, if you have ever watched any of the very top hits of Chinese drama, such as 10 Miles of Peach Blossom, The Journey of Flower, and many, many more, you will have been familiar with the ultimate OST queen, Diamond Zhang. Like literally, all the classics such as Annual Ring from Journey of Flower, Embracing the Chill from 10 Months of Peach Blossom, all these songs are literally the top trending OST songs for, I think, the whole entire China industry. Now, I can guarantee you that if you just go YouTube and you search Chinese OSTs, her songs will definitely appear on one of the top few searches. Directors will go specifically out of their way to invite her to sing an OST for their drama. And this is all because her voice is very warm and is very endearing at the same time, such that she's able to portray many emotions through the many songs that she sings. And frankly speaking, I just gotta recommend that you guys go listen. It's really very good. And yeah, I'm a very big fan of her. Her songs is really good. Like, if I see a C-drama with her inside, I would know that this C-drama is gonna be a hit. Like, that's how good the benchmark is if you have to invite her to sing for your drama. And from all this singing, she's just literally sitting there in millions collecting royalties from this song that she sings. So yeah, slay. Okay, so now back to the tea. So all of us here have social media. You have TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatsoever. Well, for Chinese, they have the Weibo, which is the equivalent to our Facebook. So every day, there will be this charts ranking where the top news of the day is posted on. And for me, without fail, if I want to know what is going on around the world, I will be one of the millions of people clicking on these trends each day to see what is going on. Now, let me tell you, the speed of the news or the trends on Weibo is incredible. You can have freshly baked news that literally go to the top spots in less than 1 hour, and millions of people will already be clicking on it. The extent of how incredible and how fast information gets churned out under these trends is simply amazing. You're talking about milliseconds. Every millisecond, some new information will be coming out under these trends. If you want to know what is going on, you just click on it. Netizens, reporters, I don't know where else they get this information, but information, fresh information will always keep churning out every millisecond, and that is how fast news is actually traveling on Weibo itself, because you just simply have so many people on this platform. Now, aside from political news, which claims the top spot, when it comes to celebrities dating gossip, the frequency of clicks could explode to the point that instead of saying hot, the symbol next to the trend will literally turn maroon and indicate the word explode. When you see the word explode, you will know that these are not ordinary trends. These are trends that billions of people are closely following. And this was how hot celebrity love gossips are in China. Whenever news outlets report so-and-so A-listers are getting married, it will immediately blow up. This trend stays on the charts even for days, sometimes for weeks. Just give you a few examples. One time, C-drama A-listers Yummy announced her marriage. It blew up immediately and went straight up to the charts. When former EXO Lu Han and his girlfriend announced they are dating, it took the freaking internet by storm. Netizens, paparazzis were churning out information about how they meet, where did they go for their dates, every second, every millisecond. And most recently, when Wan Li Hong and his wife went through a major expose about their relationship, this trend is literally the longest trend I have ever seen because it was on the charts for weeks.
Dude, I'm not even exaggerating. For 20 days straight, their name was in the top 10. And one could just imagine how many T do they have?
So this is how well receptive the public is to celebrities dating, divorce, rumored relationships. Paparazzis will literally go to extreme lengths just to capture evidence and deliver it to the public. You can have paparazzi sitting on the wall, camping for days, or even on the trees,
just to capture any hand touching, any cute dates, or if it's even kissing between the two of them, even better, because the moment they deliver, it is cash time. Dude, I just want to say, being a paparazzi is definitely one of the most interesting jobs ever. Like one moment you could be stuck in a rickety cram car trying to capture this A-lister date, and the next moment you could be sitting in lots of cash, It's mad respect, dude, for this job.
Back to the story. What caught netizens' surprise is that on this very fateful day in 2021, paparazzi broke the news that Diamond has a 2-year-old daughter. Exactly, a 2-year-old daughter with none other than Chinese heartthrob Flower. When everyone saw that news, it was chaotic. It was absolutely bizarre. Like when and how did this even happen? In the midst of everything, Flower came out with a short statement and confirmed that yes, Diamond and him have a child together. In just 8 short words. Let me tell you, this post, it sent huge waves. Netizens were saying, what do you mean?
Like, surely you being an A-lister, if you have a 2-year-old child, a normal father would have bought, his daughter for medical appointments, bring his daughter out to play. But even though it's COVID, things are still going on. You will still be spotted in public one or few times. But how come the paparazzis did not capture any of this? Like, why are there no pictures? Netizens wanted answers.
And what's weird to netizens was considering the fact that Flower did not acknowledge any marriage between Diamond and him. Which is odd. Like, shouldn't you have a child together? Why is it that you're not talking about marriage? And a little thing about Flower was that this guy is not shying with the media reporting his relationships. And the most famous relationship that Flower have ever been was with another singer called G.E.M. If you don't know her, just go be a fan of her because, let me tell you, she's pretty, she's talented, and dude, her voice is like, she's nicknamed the Dolphin Queen of China. So, and yeah, some of you may know her from Passengers movie, the one starring Jennifer Lawrence.
And yeah, her songs are really, really good. And we stand a hardworking queen. And most of the songs she sings is actually written by herself. One of my favorite pieces by her is actually this song called Hua,
which is a song that essentially captured the essence of her and Flower's relationship when they were together. There was this verse in the song where she sings in Chinese,
which literally translates into, my thoughts for you is like an unpleasant flower, and each feeling are painted like the rain pouring in. So it doesn't sound much, but
it's telling the world that she does put in a lot of effort into their relationship. And within this song itself, it's pretty much a play with words, since Hua is also equivalent to Hua, which is flower. And last time, during interviews, they will always drop cute little tease about their relationships. And netizens was quick to get into this background work. They found out that G.E.M had once said in an interview that due to unforeseen circumstances, they had to break up. Exactly. Was it because of this child? Netizens was quick to sleuth, and rumors soon ensued. What was the timeline of G.E.M's and Flower relationship? And netizens are really the greatest detectives on the internet. They actually went through years of archives and found out that Flower and Diamond actually met each other during this one variety show where celebrities are actually invited to stay together and carry out missions. And during these missions, it became obvious that in certain scenes, Flower will deliberately choose Diamond and they will purposely forget the mission they're supposed to carry out and went on to explore the cities together. Much like a little date. And in one scene, Flower had fallen really sick and Diamond put in an insane amount of care for him, putting towels over his forehead and going the extra mile just to care for him. And yes, it is honestly quite cute. So looking back, I know it looks very obvious to most of you now that, there might be something going on between these two. But trust me, if you follow the whole season from episode 1, it won't seem that obvious, to be honest, because this whole season in particular, everyone's relationship, or rather the ambience within this season, was more like a very close-knitted family. Like the kinship was very strong. There wasn't sort of like a very strong romantic kind of vibe going on. And if you ask me, when I was watching these scenes, if I really didn't know that they had anything going on, for me as a viewer, I have thought like, they are just singers caring for each other. And if anyone wants to beg to differ that me watching variety show is too innocent, please just go watch it and you'll know what I mean. It is really not that obvious, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Give me your thoughts here. Of course, other than finding out how they meet, you think netizens will stop? No. They went on. So yes, a mystery about how Diamond and Flower met. Okay, mystery solved. There's no cheating here. But let me tell you, the tables turned. The tables freaking turned. So people was asking, what about Diamond's personality? What was she like as a person? Was she someone who is like a good girl next door? Like, why would she want to have a child with Flower? Everyone was doing background research, like, Diamond Zhang when she was a student, so how was she like? And all these news, all these tales will always come out as you refresh the trends. People will come forward and give out new details. Oh, Diamond Zhang actually studied with me in high school together, and we actually trained in Korea together, and yeah. But there was this particular post that caught everyone's attention because one former acquaintance of her exposed that she, the freaking queen of OSTs, was a assassin. And now, before anyone, for just to give some context here, assassin basically is like a hardcore fan, but instead of the normal distance a fan and idol usually have, assassin will go beyond that. They will literally break into hotel rooms where the idols are staying. They will overstep on these privacy lines and go to extreme length just to see their idol. So when this news came out that Diamond was assassin, people were horrified. Like, she's a celebrity. How can she be assassin at the same time? So, of course, when news outlets saw this news, they just had to get this story. And one by one, people start to tell their experience with Diamond. So, back before she rose into fame in China through this singing contest, Diamond used to be a K-pop singer and she was in this girl group called Sunny Days. And during her traineeship in Korea, she was a big fan of the hottest boy group then, EXO. If you know who is EXO, congratulations, I know that you're old. Jokes aside. Yes, EXO is definitely one of the biggest boy band back in like 2014. Wherever they go, people will follow them. And guess who appear in all their airport photos? That's right, Miss Diamond Zhang. And people were saying that whenever they go to the airport, they will always see this familiar face. Like this girl will always wear t-shirts and shorts and she will be always walking near or trying to walk near the boys to try to get their attention. And she was a very familiar face within the fans and people dub her as assassin. I think the number of appearances and the sightings that she is often spotted in is too much for a normal fan to have. So to many, it's pretty obvious that she seems to be assassin. And being assassin implies that this person is a bit delulu here, so this didn't sit well with netizens. To them, it seems like this is a story of a psychopath trying to blackmail her famous and hot ex-boyfriend into becoming the father of a child. Everyone was like saying that, what is she trying to do? She has a history of being close to idols. She used to stalk idols and now she tried to have a baby with an idol. So people was like saying, it's weird, like what game are you trying to play now? So after Flower had literally confirmed his new status as a daddy, 5 minutes later, Diamond also released a long written essay detailing their relationship. So on her Weibo, she announced that she actually found herself pregnant back in 2018 during September to October period, during the autumn season. And she was in a state of panic when she realized that she was pregnant. Because between Flower and Diamond, they have already previously discussed whether or not they want to start a family together. And I have loved you and I really want to start a family with you. But, out of us, the two of us are at the peak of our career right now. And at least in the next 2 years, it might not be very ideal for us to have a child together. Since, and yeah, Diamond definitely know what he means. Because when it comes to celebrities starting a family together, the damage to their career is actually quite damaging, especially for female celebrities, because some celebrities can actually go out of work for years. So yeah, they both agree that, okay, sure, let's not have a child together for at least the next 2 years while we're still as a couple. And when she realized that she was pregnant, she was panicking because so many thoughts was running through her head. First of all, she got pregnant before 30, and when her career is just starting, it is an age for her to flourish and concentrate on her career and love herself. But at the same time, that is an unborn life within her right now. What should she do? Diamond was literally grasping her hair. Double line of the pregnancy kits tells her that she is obviously pregnant. But what should she do? Should she choose a child or her career? How will the public react? How will her company react? Diamond was so hesitant to tell Flower because she didn't know how he would react to this news. If she was already reacting like that, how would he react? And so what's even worse is that Flower's career is also starting to skyrocket. And between all these uncertainties and hesitance, she made up her mind. I shall not tell Flower at all and give birth to this child secretly. Yes, Diamond literally make up this. I can do this, she tells herself. And to protect Flower from ever knowing that they have a child together, she decided to leave this relationship. Flower was shocked. Flower was bizarre. Like, babe, what do you mean you want to call off our relationship? Like, was it something that I do? Have I done something wrong? Diamond stared at him. Her heart was trembling. She knew that she could not tell Flower that she was pregnant because it would damage him and damage his career severely. She took a deep breath and she just looked at Flower and said that, it's not going to work out between the two of us. It's never going to work out. I'm tired. I'm sick of this relationship. Stop contacting me. And she just shrugged and walked off. For a very long time, Diamond refused to answer to Flower's calls and would ignore his messages. And she was basically on an MIA state, where every connections in the world could not reach her. Flower tried calling her company, got through her agent, but, totally at the end, nothing could reach Diamond at this point. And within this post, Diamond admitted that she was very insistent of cutting the communications to minimize the damage control. But reflecting back, she did realize that it was actually a bit of a foolishness for her to do this. But, in a world where celebrities' actions are deeply scrutinized even just by breathing, not only will Diamond get hate comments, you're looking at even death threats here. Which scenario is going to give the least damage control? That's right, Diamond breathed. The decision to leave Flower was the right one. She has to do this alone. It's the best decision. She convinces herself. Yes, she will go into hiding. She'll go into hiding, give her somewhere else where paparazzi won't harass her. She will hide during these 9 months. And when she's out, her career is saved. People will probably think that this 9 months when she is missing, people will probably think that, oh, she's taking a break, which is absolutely normal. When her company hears this, they agree. And with that, she did it. 8 months later, she gave birth to a beautiful daughter behind the world's back, behind the Flower's back, and hiding this dear secret to her life. As the child was growing up, Diamond also made the decision not to bring the child and disrupt Flower's peace. Because during this time, Flower was really skyrocketing. His career was doing very well. And she just didn't want to, suddenly surprise attack him. And this secret, it went on for another 2 whole years, with Diamond stepping into the paternal and the mother roles. As days goes by, through all these many strolls and cute moments with her daughter, strolling through the parks, going through malls, Diamond starts to really see all these happy couples with their little family hanging out. She starts to reflect that maybe from the beginning what she did was not a very rational decision. Maybe Flower may not have reacted as badly as she thought. She looked at her daughter, who will be entering school in the next few years. Her daughter will need a father figure. And so, during the country's lockdown in 2021, Flower was just doing his work at home, and that was when he received a text from Diamond saying that, hey, open up your door. He was shocked. Oh my god, his ex-girlfriend has finally reached out after all these years. And so he quickly ran to the door and opened. To his surprise, standing outside of his door was Diamond and a 2-year-old little girl. What came next shocked him. Diamond told him that this 2-year-old little girl standing right in front of him was their daughter. He was shocked. This is big news. Like, can you imagine? Dude was so busy minding his own music career for the past 2 years, holding online concerts, filming variety shows, not knowing that his ex-girlfriend was giving birth behind his back. And suddenly one day out of the blue shows up at his door with their own daughter. Dude was left out of the whole tea the entire time. Despite the crazy news, Flower actually completely reacted differently from Diamond's expectation. He was very pleased. He actually welcomed the news. You know, when you announce something nice to a person, you could always see that whether or not this person is genuinely happy just by their reaction. At this point, Diamond could actually see the warmth and happiness in Flower's eyes as he starts to play with his cute little girl. He was the father to this little girl. And later on, Flower actually revealed that he felt very regretful that he could not stay with Diamond during their pregnancy and had missed out on so much of their daughter's life. To make up for these 2 years, he hopes that Diamond is able to give him a chance to give the child a proper registration so that she could be recorded on the books. And I guess in this is actually quite a big step for anyone, because from what I understand, if the child is not properly registered, she might be deprived of certain benefits in future. So for Flower to step forward to take responsibility of their daughter, even though that he didn't know anything, I gotta say this is a very big green flag for anyone. And of course, there I went. Flower stepped in to complete the registration, making up for his father duties that he has missed out on these past 2 years, giving the child a new figurehead that she could look up to. And even though the two of them have mutually agreed not to pursue their relationship further, Flower promised Diamond that although they're not together, he will love their daughter and let her be happy and grow up in a very warm and loving environment. And yeah, so that's how the post actually ended. Diamond eventually ends the post that saying that even though they have been separated for so long and they choose to live separately as of now, they will still continue to share the parental custody of the child and give the child the best of what they could offer. When netizens heard this, wow, dude, this whole story literally is just like a drama. It went up, it went down. The climax was insane. But overall, netizens was saying that this story was so heartwarming to see two parents being responsible and making the best of the situations. It is truly remarkable, and it's cool. It's a very good job, because we do know some douchebags out there, are refusing to acknowledge their daughter even though they are grown adults right now. And yeah, people were just commenting and they were literally praising that how big of a killer house their daughter is gonna be. Imagine both her parents are singing powerhouses. How much talent is gonna be running in her blood, man? Her voice is gonna be insane. Fast forward to this year, Diamond had actually appeared on another variety show with a child, and there was this little clips of Diamond and Flower being just chill and joking around. And for me as a fan, it was so heartwarming to see that there's no bad blood between the two of them. I'm so glad that, he actually is able to provide Diamond so much warmth and happiness and, stepping up for this responsibility. Yeah, so that's all for today's podcast. I hope you enjoy and thank you for watching. We'll catch up soon in the next one. See ya!